hear my heartbeat again and again and again. Which is great news, by the way, because it means that I'm alive. Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and guests, how many would agree that the human heart is very sensitive? I came to this realization when my wife and I first met. Allow me to paint the picture for you. One afternoon before track and field practice, I was running around the track when all of a sudden this beautiful woman was running as fast as she could to catch me and asked me for my number. But then I woke up. Honestly, I was terrified to approach her. It took boldness and courage on my part because her turning me down would have left me with a broken heart. However, my advances worked out. And several years later, when I got on my knee to ask her to marry me, her yes was a love song my heart danced to. There are moments in our lives that can fill our hearts with joy. However, there are also moments that can leave us broken. I can still remember hearing the words like it was yesterday. I'm sorry to tell you this. There is no heartbeat. It was a Saturday when my wife took the pregnancy test, and the results were positive. We were overjoyed, and Olivia, our daughter, would be a big sister. Early Monday morning, I was awakened by my wife's voice yelling out, "Baby, I'm bleeding." That afternoon, my wife went in to have an ultrasound done. It is here we got the news that something had gone wrong with her pregnancy. Tuesday, she went in to get blood drawn. Wednesday, we received the news. Mr. and Mrs. Marshall, I'm sorry to tell you this. There is no heartbeat. Thursday, June 4th, 2015, my wife went in to have our baby removed. I never thought this could happen to us, as if we were immune to it. Well, our immunity has been compromised as we try to hide from life's most painful moments. I have learned that there is great beauty in pain. I learned this while watching the birth of our first child. The pains of childbirth produce the beautiful and precious life. It is one thing to have faith when things are going well, but it is another thing to have faith in the midst of great pain. That day in the hospital, as I sat with my wife before she went to have her procedure done, the thought of never being able to have a baby again constantly crossed my mind in fear. With this crippling presence, knocked on the door like an unwanted guest, accompanied by doubt, concern, and the question, why? That day, a part of us died. Maybe something you perceive as painful or tragic has happened in your life that has you asking the question, why? Why did this happen to me? Why me? Everything happens for a reason. We often seek to understand the reason while neglecting the everything. Our lives are like motion pictures. And like any great movie, we never know how the story will end. Unless, of course, you are on social media when Star Wars The Force Awakens first came out and you had not yet seen the movie. I'm sorry, but Facebook ruined it for me. But even more, we never know where life will take us. Life circumstances has taught me that it's the journey that's important and not the destination. It's in the journey that we discover our true self. It's in the journey that we experience failure, success, disappointments, and triumphs. And my case, it's the journey that activated my faith in the midst of great pain. The road to recovery may be filled with potholes, high hills, and debris. But faith is the vehicle that aligns the discomfort we experience with the blessings that result from them. There is great beauty in pain. Experiencing loss is inevitable. But our faith takes us from the bumpy roads of pain through the scenic highways of revelation until we make it home to the beauty of restoration. Restoration of joy, restoration of hope, restoration of life. Because like a boomerang, the thing my wife and I lost came back to us in the form of a baby boy who was due June 2016, the very month we lost our child. The thing you may have lost can come back in some form. And the life of that which was lost is revived, so that his heart can beat again. Madam Contest Chair.